The reason you can't stay focused isn't because of a lack of willpower. In fact, it's said that once your brain loses focus, it takes anywhere from a few minutes to over 10 minutes to return to its original state. In other words, those few seconds spent checking notifications are disrupting your concentration more than you realize. I used to keep my notifications on even while I was working. A line message comes in, an email arrives, my social media notifications light up. I'd think, I'll just check them for a few seconds, and then go right back to work. But in reality, my mind hadn't fully returned to the task at hand. Even while working on a document, thoughts like, how should I reply to that message? Or, I'll look at it later, would linger. When I worked in that state, my focus felt somehow shallow. My progress was slow, and I get tired easily. In psychology, this state is sometimes explained as the cost of switching attention. The human brain can't switch gears instantly like a computer. Every time I shift from task A to a notification, and then back to task A, my brain uses energy. What's more, the tricky part is that my concentration starts to waver even before I look at the notification. For example, your phone lights up. Then a part of your brain starts thinking, who is it from? Is it important? In other words, your attention gets scattered. If this happens over and over, your brain stays in a state of shallow focus. Personally, before I turned off notifications, I used to think, I'm just the type who can't concentrate. But in reality, rather than lacking concentration, I was simply constantly having my focus disrupted. So now, when I want to focus on a task, I keep things very simple. I flip my phone face down. I turn off notifications. I close unnecessary notifications on my PC as well. At first, I felt a little anxious. I thought things like, what if I get an urgent message? Or, I might be in trouble if I miss something. But when I actually tried it, I realized that most notifications weren't urgent. And what surprised me was that when I'm focused, I get tired far less easily. When you're bombarded with notifications, your brain is constantly switching gears, which is actually quite draining. On the other hand, when you can focus on one thing, time seems to fly by, and the quality of your work tends to improve. So, if you've been feeling lately that, I can't concentrate, or I'm not making progress, then instead of trying harder, try reducing the things that break your concentration. Turn off notifications. Put your phone a little further away. Set aside even just 10 minutes of notification-free time. Just doing that makes it much easier for your brain to focus deeply. Concentration might not be something you build through sheer willpower, but rather something you protect.